Hi, Eric here. It's been some time since I did a video tutorial, but quite an interesting one came up. One of the members on Talk Graphics emailed me and said he was having a problem with the file size of bitmaps when he was working with them, and I thought it might be worthwhile looking at the using bitmaps within Xara Xtreme. So here we go then. Flick across to here. Okay, the first thing was I'll use the bitmap that he sent me that was in his file. I'm sure he won't mind. Here's the bitmap. If you open up bitmap gallery, which you do by selecting that icon there, put that there. Open up the bitmap gallery. It says bitmap 1 standard bitmap. It's 3 megabytes nearly. It's 128 1280 by 960 pixels at 72 dots per inch. So it's an awfully big bitmap, but then it's not uncommon these days with people using 8 megapixel cameras for file sizes like that. So the first thing we do is from the bitmap gallery, damn thing, I hate this. From the bitmap gallery, I'm going to drag this onto the stage or onto the page. So there I'm dragging the bitmap from the bitmap gallery and I'm dropping it on the stage. First thing you can see here, you can't even see a lot about it. You can see about the approximate size, how big it is. And if I do to zoom to all, just move it aside, you can see relative to the page how big that image actually is. I'll go to the previous zoom by clicking there, back on previous zoom. Can't show you a lot with this, and I don't want to work with that size anyway, so I'm going to reduce I'm going to have to extend this stage again as always. Here we go, moving across. I'm going to move the file over there a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Right, the lock aspect's on. I'm going to move this down. I'm going to resize it to 200 pixels. Instantly I've lost it. I'm going to zoom to all. Oh, it's down there. I'll just move that up there. Previous zoom. Right, back on course now. Right, I hope you can see that now. That the moving that back there. That's a more reasonable size to work with. And problem is, what people tend to do is then it's very similar to when people use bitmaps in web pages. You often see very badly designed web pages where someone will use a huge bitmap and use the HTML editor of their choice to reduce the file down. It doesn't actually reduce the file down. If you still look in the bitmap gallery, although I've reduced that image size down on the stage, it's still a 3 megabyte image. Still far too big. What I need to do is click on that, go arrange, create bitmap copy. That brings up the create bitmap copy options. I don't want the alpha and I just want true color, and then slide down here, I'll hit the create. Right, there I've got another version of that. I can now delete the original, which is the one at the back, and I've got that copy. And you say, alright, there doesn't seem to be a lot of difference. Okay, I'll slide this across here now. There's the original bitmap that we started with. Here's a new bitmap we're working with. That's only 87 kilobytes compared to 3,600 kilobytes of the original. So I'm just going to move that back. I hate these docking things. I'm going to move that back, and you can see that now you can now you've got a decent sized bitmap to work with. When I'm talking about bitmaps and bitmap sizes here, I'm assuming that you're using them for web use, not for printing. Obviously the DPI in printing needs to be taken into consideration, but again, it doesn't need to be 3,600 kilobytes at all. Okay, let's see what else another point he raised is that I've got this copy here. I'm going to annotate it, I think they call it, by clicking on the left clicking on it, with it selected, left clicking on the this colour here, and it gives me this orangey coloured fill. I'm going to clone that by hitting Control K, which makes a duplicate copy right on the top, and this time I'm going to, sorry, I'll move that along a bit so you can just see. I'm going to hit the fill colour as blue, and this time you can see that the colour is changed to blue. I'm going to give that a transparency, and instead of mix I'll give it stained glass, and I'll also click on this one and give that also stained glass transparency. And I hope you can now see that you've now got two separate images. Another question he raised in his comments was that although he'd got two obviously different looking bitmaps on the stage, the file size still remained the same and didn't change. And it won't change a lot at all, because I can Control K that again, Control clone that is, sorry, and I'm going to fill that this time with, say, red. I'm going to Control clone by hitting Control K again. I'm going to fill it with yellow. Let's fill it with green. Fill it with green, and you can see that all these images all look entirely different. But when you look in the bitmap gallery, there's still only that image that's using. I can actually get hold of that image and delete it if I want, because it's no longer being used. So I'll come along and I'll go to delete. There it is, delete. It says, are you sure I want to delete it? And I say yes. And there it is, gone. So all I'm using now, all of those four shapes that appear entirely different on the stage, in fact aren't. They're all the same one shape with different Pantone colours on them, but basically they're all just using that one single bitmap image. Anyway, I hope that clarifies some of the points for you. It's very difficult to try to explain this, but well, let's see if it helped. Anyway, that's the end.